Thanks for tuning in, guys. David here from Crypto Consciousness. Welcome back. It has been over a week since I've been online. It has been hectic, crazy, busy. Hopefully that volume is good because a lot of you I know are always asking me to turn the volume up. It's just because I've got babies in the next room sleeping, so it's not easy. But let's do our best, right? So let's get into it. This week, so much has happened, and Bitcoin and Ethereum hitting all-time highs. Things are not slowing down. But let's have a look at the market. Let's check out what it is that we're seeing at the moment. First of all, we have to take a step back, look at the whole market, and see, are we on track? Is everything following through as per usual, say, flow? Now, if you look at the stock to flow ratio, which has been tracking pretty perfectly up until now, you'll find that Bitcoin is well on track for its continuation towards 100K USD. Now, you can see in the past, every time we've gone to that area there, that crossover of that line, we've skyrocketed and done a huge blow off top and then come down into the yellow section. Same with back here, we took off over the line, pulled back towards the line, and then took off, blow off top, and then back down with the yellow section into a bear market. Same with down the bottom, except we didn't get that green color. So we're now at that green stage, and Bitcoin's well on track to continuing up. The market itself has a lot of support now like never before. So many institutional buyers coming through. And so you ask yourself in this last day or two or three, why the big pullback? Why the sell-off? Well, it's straightforward. If you look at the chart, we're on an uptrend and we have our corrections and we need to breathe. This is very healthy, very normal. Nothing wants to go straight up parabolic because it won't last. The more direct it goes up, the harder it crashes. So these kind of consolidations and corrections are really healthy for the market. You can see we tested here once, then we came through twice, and then continuation through. So we need this repetition. Also, the market is based on price action. So once we hit a pretty sharp parabolic point, we hit 80K. It's a whole number. It's pretty sharp parabolic, and it's time for sellers to come in because we have such a good run. How many days there in candles of green? So then obviously the tide turns and then the sellers kick in hard, and people, they know that the market can't continue up straight like that forever. So they push downwards and they start the selling. So the traders who are trading this know that. And so they play the game of buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. And you can see there's a trend there. So if you take a step back, you'll see that there's that natural flow of up and down. Because nothing goes straight up, and if it does, eventually it pulls back down. So that's one thing to consider. If we look back even further, we're looking more of a trading view chart. You can see Bitcoin's had such an amazing up run that you can see we're starting to slow down our reach for the tops. It's getting shorter and even shorter and shorter. So the tops are getting lower from the previous top, and the space, the distance is getting shorter. And so we really just want to start looking at this market and go, okay, is this something that can just continue up? In crypto, yeah, of course, anything can happen. There's no crystal ball, but we need to just prepare for both up and down movements. In this case, we saw more of a sideways movement for a while after a beautiful up run for such a long time. Now, I'll take you back in the past. Let's have a quick look here on an auto log. Go back 1 year. So COVID crashed, boom, crashed, market slowly. No, I was trading that there, so I remember that day vividly. And I also was fortunate enough to be able to buy down here on Bitcoin. And then second day hit the same price, and we thought, will it go any further? Well, it actually came as low as 4418 USD. But on that one day, it hit 3,800. That was pretty mad stuff. But if you bought in, you would be sailing beautifully right now. So just watch this chart as it goes up. So we've got 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month. As we travel up, sorry, this chart's going slow. All right, we start to take off here around the 10,000 mark. You can see we've tested this point many times. We've gone sideways, pulled back, up, down, until at some point we had to push through and break that resistance level, which was around the 10,000 mark. And once we did that, then it was nice sailing up, and then we had a bit of a correction because the market goes up and it goes down and it goes up and it goes down and it goes up and it goes down until we get into an apex, and then we take off to the upside, and now this run was unbelievable. You can see there for the month of end of mid-October all the way to December, made multi-millionaires. And then it pulled back a little bit, went up, pulled back a little bit, and then the momentum continued, started to skyrocket past all-time high 20,000, and then it got really crazy, hit 40,000, and then we were due for a nice correction. We got that. Then we got an Elon Musk pump around here somewhere, went crazy, and then we had a nice pullback just here in February after that wild uptrend, and then we continued on into March. Mid-March we've been doing sideways until recently. This last week or so we've been breaking our all-time highs, and what are we going to do once we've gone up so much? We're going to come back down a little bit. So it's very healthy, it's very on track, and Bitcoin is definitely, I mean, we look at this, we've got a head and shoulders here, and so we could potentially just see a straight shoot up from once we retest this, which we've done today. We've retested the shoulder neckline and pulling back down, maybe potentially might do another day or so down and then continuing up. Again, we just got to hypothesize and be prepared for what comes and just allow our trading to really be taken care of in that sense. This is for those who are day trading. Obviously, you're looking at the smaller movements. Those who are investing, you're just buying and just staying in it. Just hold. Just hold, you know, whether it be 1 year, 4 years, 10 years, doesn't really matter. You got to decide what you want, what you're comfortable with, and if you feel this is going to be a store of wealth or something tangible to use in the future, then you'll be able to hold on for however many years it is you want. And that may end up being your currency or that form of conversion when you need some cash flow. You'll be able to use BTC if you're holding on to it. So it's nothing right now. You investors do not need to worry, do not need to consider really much what's going except enjoy the ride. And try not to tune in 10 times a day. Check your prices once and walk away if you need to. Otherwise, those who are just smart enough to just lock it away, enjoy their day, and go about their life, that's another really simple way. And it's pretty brilliant if you can do that. But for traders like myself, you are interested in what's going on day to day, so you're looking at the activities and looking for opportunities to trade onto Bybit and capitalize there. But it's really for those who are experienced traders. So stepping back, you should see that the market is in a nice uptrend. And that's really what we want to just be focusing on at the moment until we see potentially taking out a previous bottom that's significant, maybe potentially like this one, as I said in the previous few videos. 50,000 would be where I'd be looking at if it did take that out and rolled over further. If it went past that point, if it hit that point, I wouldn't be worried because it's a nice correction and it will continue on with this nice mean line. But if we're looking at a very steep pull down, again, that's a buying opportunity, and then it will create another rollover point. But at this stage, nothing looks like there's any bearishness at all. It's just natural flow. So everybody who's sort of worried about this happening, don't be. It's all good. So here in CoinSpot in Australia, the pricing of this is Australian dollars, of course. When we go to TradingView, this is in USD. So, you know, the target here is around the 70,000 mark, and in Australian dollars, if we're looking at that there, would be looking around the $90,000 mark, which would be in confluence with this resistance line in the up ascending wedge. So yeah, nothing to be worried about, guys. Stay focused on the uptrend, and that the trend is your friend. So we possibly in Australian dollars could come down to 78,600, 78,000 and a half, and potentially continue on the uptrend there. That would be a good potential buy price if you haven't bought in and you want to jump in on Bitcoin, or you want to trade some other cryptos. You know, that could be a point to look at. Have a stop loss really close behind. This is to mitigate any losses. You know, you might want to travel at around 75 grand or just below 73 and a half. If you buy in here hoping that it will go up to 90,000, you might capitalize on the 10,000. So you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin, as you know. You might want to just buy, you know, a quarter of a Bitcoin or 0.1 of a Bitcoin. And then, so if that goes up 10 grand, you get $1,000 on that 10% that you bought, which is the 0.1 of a Bitcoin. And that's obviously in Satoshis. Everything is possible. It doesn't have to be a whole Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to you. But it's all, what's the word? It's all relative in decimal points anyway. You can break it down as many times as you want, Bitcoin. So just remember though, at such a large price, the less you put in, the less effective it is as well. So we're looking really at percent growth. So if you can get a 10% move and you've put in $1,000, you'll get $100. And obviously that goes up. 10,000 would be $1,000. So things to think about. Anyway, guys, hopefully that's a little bit of a touch base on Bitcoin. And next up video, I'll do a whole bunch on altcoins and touch up what's going on there. But just remember, guys, this channel is just a really young channel. And if you have a look, I've only got 231 subscribers, but it's really great for 1 month work. I try to do videos consistently, except this last week I've been doing a lot of consults and guiding people and educating people on cryptos and how to invest. And if you're interested in that, reach out to me. And there are consultations available for people, step by step, guide you at whatever level you're on. You could assess your portfolio, talk tax, we could talk things that I'm doing every day to make sure I'm staying on top of my investments. So if you need help with things, reach out. Put in the comments as well if you're in on Bitcoin or if you're out of Bitcoin, what you think Bitcoin's going to do. Is it going to continue up or is it going to go down? But I really would love to reach out to everybody and ask if you could help me out just by clicking the like button on this video and subscribing, but also share it with your friends, particularly those who want to get into cryptos and start taking some trades and investing for the long term. Alright guys, I hope that video finds you well and stay tuned for the next one. See you all soon.